Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, I'm GC Smith and welcome to War on the Top. Today we're going to be discussing this, Shadowsun, the last of Kiru's line. Now I wasn't actually sure whether to discuss this in a War on the Top or in the box or start a new series, but I decided since we're going to be discussing a lot of the new town stuff in War on the Top, I thought, well, let's discuss this on War on the Top. After all, this is more than just a, oh, it's a new book, look what's in it, kind of thing, like in the box. It's an actual going to be just, general talk about the book, without trying to spoil it for anyone that wishes to actually read this in a future date. Now, first things first, this is a Black Library book, and is actually quite a good read. For a Tau Black Library book, I've not really read about a Tau Black Library book. Then again, I've only read this one and Fire Warrior. Now, Fire Warrior wasn't a bad book per se. it was terrible in the sense of 40k universe. It didn't quite stick to, but it was good about Tau, and I loved seeing just the Tau Shaz La Kais performing what he did. And it was just great to see what happened in the Tau. For a book based on game, it was quite good anyway. So anyway, we come on to this. Now this does keep some of the elements of Fire Warrior, such as the Tau's belief in the greater good, their focus on efficiency, and some of the general Tau nature, or nature of the Tau. But this goes on far better than Fire Warrior ever did in just general description of some of the things. Again, as I say, I won't try and spoil this. Whatever, but I will say quickly to begin with, because people may not want to trail through all the entire video, this is a good read for £12. It's not the thickest book, but the hardcover is thick. It's really well, colourful, really well designed, and just a generally great read for a couple of hours. And I think if you're going to read this several times, worth 12 quid, especially if you're Tau buff. So, like a lot of great stories, it features a crash landing on a planet and an attempt to escape said planet. Now, I won't go into too much detail. There's defense lasers, a bear with a mixture of a bear and a deer or antelope or something like that, as well as we find out where Shadowsun gets her twin fusion blasters, as we find out that actually they weren't her preferred weapons to begin with. We also find out, but there's also links to other areas in the 40k universe. There's links to Medusa 5, where anyone that played the campaign and saw the results, the big campaign that happened worldwide, wasn't a major campaign. It was the largest one I remember last ever being done for 40k. And we find out, for those who didn't know, Shadowsun's sister died there. She was actually the leader of the Tau on that expedition. And we also find out, last of Kiru's line, that her other sister died elsewhere with what she was doing. Overall, as I say, it's a great read. We find out some great insights into Shadowsun's character. We see her true dedication to the greater good and, the benefit of the entire Tau race. We also see her interaction with the Imperium, an Imperial Guard captain, to be precise, who I loved his characterization, just the way he behaved, the way he acted. Actually reminds me of a Tau, since he was actually acting for the greater good, ignoring the commanders above him, what they would think is heresy. He was doing it just for the greater good of not only him, but the entire planet and friends and family. And it was just a great way to see that the person that Braden Campbell had characterized this. Now, Braden, if you ever saw this, or someone ever showed this video to you, thank you very much for writing this. Your characterization was great. Or to anyone watching this who isn't Braden, i.e. majority, his characterization was great. The detail that was put into some of these characters was absolutely amazing when discussing them. Especially the Ursulf, which I absolutely loved. I loved all the crazy creatures they saw in it. You get in this book, and I just like the general way that, the drop pods for the Tau work and all that kind of stuff. So for anyone who is a Tau fan, I would suggest reading this, and more preferably buying this to support Black Library and support Braden Campbell. I'm not sure if he's a big Black Library author or if this is one of his few pieces of work. If it is one of the few pieces, support his writing. Make him write more Tau stuff. We want more Tau stuff. Now, as I say, that's generally all I've got really to say about that. It's a 9 out of 10 book, I would say. It's great, really good read, really exciting, good battle scenes. especially with a cocky Imperial Guardsman soldier who does get his comeuppance in the end, who I absolutely loved. So, there's a lot more Tau stuff to come. There's a Tau video, hopefully, about some of the new White Dwarf pictures we've got coming. Hopefully that'll be up either tomorrow or tonight as well. Don't forget to like this video if you want to show support, subscribe if you want to see more, comment what you thought of the video, what you think of this book if you've read it, whether or not you will read it. And I'll see you next time.